I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
Put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I mean, you could trust me. I've had about
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Welcome back to Fame Drop. You know it's bad when Ice Cube, yeah, that Ice Cube, the legend behind No Vaseline, has to pause his billionaire grind just to check your name. But Aries Spears? He didn't just throw shade. He went all in, dissing Cube's bars, his acting chops, his whole legacy. Live on Big Boy's neighborhood. He straight up called Cube trash, said his raps and movies were weak.
Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same in
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave?
Ice Cube didn't let it slide either. He clapped back fast, calling Aries irrelevant, not funny, and not even close to black comedy's top 10. And guess who else couldn't stay quiet? 50 Cent. You know 50 wasn't about to miss a chance to roast somebody already crashing and burning. This all started over a chill convo. Big Boy was just talking rapper rankings, doing that casual barbershop style talk. Nothing wild. But Aries Spears? He flipped the switch. As soon as Ice Cube's name popped up, Aries locked in and didn't blink. And he didn't stop at a quick jab. Nah, he went in. He dragged It Was a Good Day, a track fans call one of the most legendary West Coast anthems ever. Big Boy's co-host tried to smooth it over, crack a joke, shift gears. But Aries, he doubled down like he had something to prove. Then came the weirdest moment of all. Aries launched into this off-the-wall impersonation of Ice Cube as a gynecologist. It got so awkward, the whole room froze. Nobody laughed. Aries chuckled by himself like it was cute, but the vibe? Straight silence. And he still wasn't done. Dude had the nerve to take a jab at Tupac. That's not just reckless, that's straight disrespectful to the entire West Coast. That's how you get shut out of the culture for good.
You don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
The wildest part? Aries knew exactly what he was doing. At one point, he even stared dead into the camera like he was daring folks to cancel him. The backlash hit immediately. One fan summed it up perfectly. I love Aries' skills, but bro, the Ice Cube slander is a no-no. And this is exactly why Aries can't be taken seriously when he tries to say Cube or Pac weren't lyrical. Man was clearly bitter. Sounds like he's still mad. New York lost the crown back in the 80s and 90s when the West Coast took over the game. But what Aries didn't expect, the real legends he tried to clown actually responded.
Alvin Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is...
Usually in this game, the big names just let the noise fade out. They don't entertain folks they see as irrelevant. But not this time. Ice Cube came through like a true OG. He didn't just defend his name, he flipped the script on Aries completely. Cube questioned if Aries was even funny, if he ever mattered, if he even exists in the black comedy scene today. That wasn't just shade, it was a whole eclipse. And Cube didn't stop there. He went straight for Aries' career like, who even asked for you? Ice Cube has earned his spot, from penning lyrics for NWA, dropping one of the greatest diss tracks in history, creating the cult classic Friday, to running his own basketball league. Cube's a boss with receipts to back it all up.
Not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spit.
But guess what? That viral clapback still wasn't enough to shut Aries down. Dude kept talking, even after the legends called him out and fans were roasting him left and right. Aries pulled up on Vlad TV like he had something new to prove. Mocking Cube once? Apparently that wasn't enough for him. But here's where it gets wild. This whole thing stopped being about Cube, because somewhere in a high-rise suite, 50 Cent was watching everything unfold. On his phone, probably laughing. And you know 50 couldn't resist, especially since Aries had tried to throw shade his way too. Just when people thought 50 might stay quiet, he dropped a slick video. Real passive-aggressive vibes. He never said a name, but fans instantly knew the target. Classic 50, throwing shots without even saying a word. But wait, why did 50 Cent even jump in? Dude's got a packed schedule. He's running shows like Power and BMF, pushing liquor brands, stacking TV deals, selling out arenas. The man stays booked.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top.
So what made this little back and forth worth his time and his Instagram feed? Here's what people forget. 50 and Ice Cube go way back with mutual respect. Cube co-signed 50's movie hustle early on, before Hollywood ever gave him a real shot. And 50, he's always given Cube his props, calling him a legend in interviews without hesitation. So when Aries Spears came out of nowhere throwing shots at Cube, 50 took that personal. Aries is exactly the kind of comic 50 loves to drag. Loud, aggressive, and with no recent wins to stand on. That's target practice for 50. And when he clapped back, he went full savage mode. Posted a clip saying, "Check my temperature, I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze." Then threw in a shot like, "Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral."
I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he...
He even joked about handing out love contracts, straight surgical with it. Aries felt that heat for real. He jumped online again, ranting hard about Cube like he just got betrayed. Clearly, Cube's response hit a nerve. But here's where Aries really tripped over himself. Dude tried to backpedal and talk in circles. He said he respects Ice Cube as a man, but also doesn't think Cube's ever done anything impressive. Like what? That's not a hot take, that's just confused. People weren't dragging him for having an opinion. They were dragging him for being inconsistent and trying to play victim when the heat turned up. One fan commented, "You can't talk reckless and then cry when someone hits back just as hard." Another said, "After that skit, bruh, you lost all credibility. Ice Cube's a made man. Put some respect on that."
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. Everybody got their opinion and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. He entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register with us.
But this right here, this one hit Aries where it really hurts, his past. And suddenly, this wasn't just back and forth drama anymore. It got dark real fast. Let's talk about that lawsuit with Tiffany Haddish. Back in 2022, both of them got slammed with serious allegations involving a disturbing sketch. The skit showed a child left alone with a creepy adult, played by Aries, and the way the camera lingered on him made everybody uncomfortable. It wasn't edgy, it was straight up off-putting. And yeah, it got worse. As soon as that footage hit the internet, backlash exploded. Twitter went nuclear. Even the Shade Room posted it. And if they're airing it out, it's bad. The internet couldn't unsee it. The lawsuit eventually got settled and the video was wiped. But the damage, permanent. That stain on his name never faded.
Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music,
and
all of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. Like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
So what did Aries do after that? He ran right back to Vlad TV like it was his personal confessional booth. People started joking he was on there more than Vlad himself. Every time you turned around, he was back on that platform, crying about being blackballed, whining about not being on Kevin Hart's level, complaining about everything but his own choices. Fans picked up on the pattern fast. Aries wasn't grinding, he was griping. He wasn't getting booked, he was just talking, and not in a good way. When his name popped up, it was tied to drama, not stand-up shows or acting gigs. He was going viral for beefs, bitterness, and throwing jabs at people more respected than him. And there's more. Behind the scenes, Aries has a whole reputation in the industry.
I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater. I don't understand that.
Former castmates have gone public saying he was hard to work with, had a big ego, and always tried to one-up everybody else on set. Instead of building bridges, he burned them, then acted shocked when no one called him back. Now don't get it twisted. Aries is talented. He's got impressions. He can crowd work a stage, sure, but he never had that breakout Chappelle moment, that global recognition, that timelessness. And you can tell it eats at him. So let's flip it. Why did this whole beef flop so hard for Aries? Easy. Because when you come for Ice Cube, you're not just coming at a rapper or an actor, you're coming for a pillar of the culture. Cube isn't just respected, he's cemented. Let's break it down.
Somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
No Vaseline isn't just a diss track, it's the diss track, always ranked top 3 of all time, period. Then there's Friday, not just a movie, but a cultural blueprint that defined black comedy, gave us iconic characters, and became a rite of passage in hip-hop households everywhere. And let's not forget the Big 3 League. Ice Cube built a whole basketball league from scratch.
For the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him.
And now it's backed by major investors and legit.
I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way?
NBA legends. That's not just hustle, that's legacy. And long before all that, Cube was ghostwriting for the entire NWA crew. Eazy-E, Dre, MC Ren, you name it.
Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny. People call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything.
While he was still a teenager, he was penning classics. Cube was shaping the sound of a generation before he even hit 20. Now compare that to Aries Spears.
Will never be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will come around and have as talented as you or possibly more, and then you're going to get upset. Because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
Wait a minute.
but not what's in your present space.
His biggest cultural moment, some Maddie TV impersonations, and a few solid stand-up clips from the early 2000s. That's it. Fast forward to now, and he's out here going viral. Not for his jokes, but for trashing Ice Cube on podcasts and stirring up the wrong kind of buzz. That's why fans didn't even hesitate. They sided with Cube instantly. And here's the coldest twist of all. When Cube teased the early cast list for the final Friday movie, guess whose name wasn't anywhere in sight? Aries Spears. Now, nobody said he was ever being considered in the first place, but the timing? Had fans thinking Cube was making a statement loud and clear? It doesn't matter how many impressions Aries can pull off, he's not getting cast where it matters. He tried to go viral and it worked, but not the way he wanted. Now he's trending for all the wrong reasons, because two legends basically called him a nobody. And the wild part? Nobody stepped up to disagree.